Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new podcast. My name is Ian Said, but most people know me as Tacho. And today we have the pleasure to talk with Ethan Masterman, better known as Peanut, one of the players that started playing on this online era. Peanut quickly adapted to this type of meta, currently known as one of the best players in MDVA, as well as one of the best little McMains in the US. Peanut, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty
How you
good.
doing yourself?
Yeah, I'm glad you're good as well. Thanks to everyone that followed and started being in the Tetra gang. I'm thankful for that. So, do you want to start with the podcast questions?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, here Dire Blue revives says, so that's how you look like. Boy, was I wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I look bad. I think I look fine, honestly. Yeah. Like there's nothing not to like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to start the podcast knowing about your past with the game. How long have you played? Have you
Mhm.
been playing Smash aside from the competitive side?
Oh, aside from it, like just like all combined or
Like
like the Smash
casual,
Brothers?
like casual.
Yeah. Um, Before I went competitive, I think I played for 3 or 4 months, um, just still online. But it was before the whole pandemic part. But yeah, it was for like 4 months.
How did you get to know the game? Yeah.
So I got the game as a Christmas gift along with the Switch in December of 2018. And then I was like, cool, this is great. That's a fun game. I played it for a day and then didn't play it for the next like 8 months. Um, and and then a video popped up in my feed on YouTube of Soul and Quads playing Mac in like the early Ultimate days, back when Max Jab was still connecting into more of Max Jabs as a true combo.
Yeah.
And I was like, that looks really cool. I have that game. I should try to play that game. So I did that. And then I was like, this game is more fun than I initially gave it credit for. So I kept playing it, and then just kept playing it. Yeah.
Here Dark Blue said, I never thought you looked bad. I was just so off.
No, I know. It's not like that. I didn't take it as an insult or anything like that.
And then Ben Sturs said, yo, is Peanut mixed?
Is he mixed? Maybe.
So how do you find about that competitive scene? It was because of Soul said, or how do you find
Oh,
that?
so in December of 2019, this is still before I went like competitive. I entered a tournament because I was like, they have those, so I entered one for fun. It was like some kind of like Christmas thing, and I actually did way better than I thought I would. So I was like, maybe I could do something here. So that's how my competitive like interest started sparking. So I'm like, I could maybe go with it.
Yeah, I got it. Where does the tag Peanut come from?
Oh boy. Um,
Oh,
so in freshman year of high school, I know that's an awful thing to start off with, like saying that, but it was in the middle of a marching band camp, which is just like 2 straight weeks of 12-hour days of just marching band. Our school did over every summer. I had to miss like 2.5 days of the first week because my family planned a vacation over it. And while I was gone, they came up with the nickname Peanut for me because I was like still small. I was like 5'6". Um, and I was really energetic. I didn't really know how to fit in, so I was like yelling at. I was like, I would laugh like really weirdly and stuff. Like I was trying to figure myself out. So I was this small, energetic kid, like basically annoying everybody, right? Um, So I come back, and without any warning, everybody starts to refer to me as Peanut instead of my name, including the band director and like the teachers and stuff. So I eventually asked one of like my friends, are like, what is this? Why is everyone calling me this? It's like, oh yeah, one of the teachers came up with like this. I came up in the conversation on one of their breaks, and they're like, we need to come up with a nickname for this kid or something. He's really like fucking annoying. And they're like, they eventually just came up with Peanut. I'm like, okay, fine, because it's not an insult or anything. It just kind of happened. So, and it's just stuck like that for like 4 years, 5 years. And then when I wanted to get into competitive Smash, it was like, I'm obviously gonna need a tag, and I'm like, this works because my friends will know who I am and like family and everything, but people who like didn't know me prior have no idea who I am. But so it just worked out. And that way, when people try to refer to me as like Peanut, it still feels like they're talking to me instead of like a fake something, you know. Yeah. So that's the Peanut lore.
There you have it, guys. There's a Peanut lore for the well, from all the characters in the game, why did you choose Little Mac?
I don't know. It just kind of happened. If I feel like I feel like I have to give the credit or a lot of the credit to that Soul and Quaz like clip thing that I saw originally. Because if it was like any other character, maybe I wouldn't be playing Mac right now. But I stuck with like I started out with Mac because I thought it was cool. I still think it is, but it eventually became more of like a personal thing when people started to boost my ego and say, "Whoa, your Mac's really good." I'm like, "Is it okay?" Like, and then it eventually became like okay, I've apparently done really good with this guy, so maybe I can keep going. And it became more of like, he like the more I play him, the more he's like inspiring me, and people say like I somehow inspired them. It's like I didn't think I'd ever do that, but if you know, it's just really cool. I don't know. It's just it's something I want to take him as far as he can go, like farther than other people have before, which is hard, but I'm willing. I'm willing to try at least.
Of course, that's the point, you know.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Little Mac in this current online meta?
Pretty garbage. He's pretty bad. I do know that he like gets from the opponent's point of view, he does get slightly buffed because his frame data is really good. But playing Mac, because of the whole reaction part, I do think it's harder to do the whole the reactionary play style is like essentially out the window. Whiff punish is still okay, and catching aggressive landings and everything, but there's a lot that Mac can't really do or has to just like do differently. It's very annoying.
Yeah.
But like he's okay. He's all right. But he's just very bad.
Yeah, I can see that. You know, honestly, I wanted to say this, but I don't think like online or offline, I don't think he's like bottom 5.
I think he's bottom 5. Or well, when I say that, I mean like there's Japan thinks he's mid tier, and I do think they're on to something, sort of.
Like some elite.
Especially with their best Mac player is like highly ranked. It's like insane, but like here in like North America, people are like Mac is like the worst or bottom 3, bottom 5. So right now I'm just riding that train until I can maybe prove them wrong, maybe, I don't know, something like that.
Awesome. I'm glad you're one of the players that wants to prove that Little Mac is not as bad as people say. I mean, he is not good.
No, I don't think he is. No, he's not good, but he's not worse than Ganon. I don't understand how people think Mac is worse than Ganon.
Exactly.
I will never understand.
That's just stupid.
Yeah.
I think that the 5 worst characters in the game are Ganondorf, King Dedede.
Just Ganondorf.
Ganondorf, Dedede, Meta Knight, DK probably, and Dr. Mario. No, no, Dr. Mario. No.
Dr. Mario's down B is so good. It's like,
Dr. Mario down B
it's
is
like
good, and
yeah,
it's also really good at off stage. Is really good.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking Corian, but that's just like a personal thing. I think Corian just sucks. But I know he's good or she's good, but I personally think that is a really shitty character.
Mhm.
Who else could be bottom five? Not Incineroar. Incineroar is broken. People just don't notice.
Isabella's probably pretty bad.
What?
Isabella's probably pretty bad. I don't think Isabella's very good.
Here in South America, there's three Incineroar mains that are like really good.
Mhm.
So I cannot see Incineroar as bottom five, maybe bottom 10. Oh, Meester
Mhm.
Fighter must be bottom five.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got
I think the I think depending on regions, there's obviously different like opinions on who
yeah,
is top, bottom, mid, whatever.
of course.
Especially comparing like North America thinks that Japan has really wacky opinions. I can't blame them. Like we have different perceptions on everything.
Of course.
Mhm.
Here Dark Blue said MK, bro. Yeah,
I think Meta
I
Knight's really
think
good actually. Like, I think at least from like what I've seen,
the
I think
thing
Meta Knight's pretty good.
the thing about a Meta Knight is if you know what if you know what he's doing or what he's about to do, you just win. Like he goes
Yeah.
for this he goes for the same stuff, for the same combos. And if you know
Mhm.
what he's gonna do, like playing over and over again, you know what he's gonna do, then you just
Mhm.
win. There's no other way
Yeah.
around it.
Sometimes like you don't know how they're going to approach it. Like it's obvious that they're going to go for the upbeat ladder combo, or they're going to do like up air, down air, train like off the side. But it's sometimes how they actually approach it, because it could be dash attack, it could be a throw, it could just be raw down air, or it could start with back air. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that. Especially like I've had to go against Oatmeal 3 times. He's one of the best um, Meta Knights online, and he's different. He's single-handedly like changed my opinion on Meta Knight for this game.
The other thing is that you just press shield, and if he's going for a grab, you just spot dodge, and that's just
Yeah,
it.
but but it's sometimes hard to like, especially because Meta Knight has like decent movement. He might not be like fast like Sonic or Captain Falcon fast, but he's not slow either. So sometimes like he'll be baiting me to shield, like conditioning me to shield with hits and stuff, and then he grabs me like, oh well, shit. Now I gotta SDI and DI just
Yeah,
away from him.
I know. And people say like,
Yeah.
oh, but Meta Knight wins against Game and Watch and goes even against Peach. Yeah, but so Dr. Mario wins against Ness, and I don't know, Little Mac and
Backbeat Plant and Ices. Those are the
yeah.
only definite wins Mac has.
But there's things that like those people say that but he wins against certain matchups that are like top tier. Yeah, but also other low tier bottom characters do.
Yeah.
So it's those type of like answers are just like weird.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I forgot. Could you rate the stream? Also, Dire Blue. I know that you're watching. Does it look good or does it sound correctly? Because I have here in the stream that says that has drops frames. So I don't know. I'm counting on you. So next question, Peanut. What do you feel are the
Hmm.
differences between Little Mac online in comparison to offline? Even though you didn't play an offline tournament yet.
Yeah. Sadly, I haven't been in an offline tournament yet, so I feel like my opinion here wouldn't be as valid as like Quaz or somebody like that who has way more experience than me
Yeah.
in that regard. But from like from the times I've like labbed and just played by myself offline to test stuff and just move. It's so good. It's so good. Offline is just so nice. It's hypnotizing almost, like just how well I'm able to move and how responsive it is. It's consistent. It's amazing. I don't know, and also I can like I can implement the reactionary kind of playstyle that I want instead of having to most of the time like guess or assume or have to go for a read because I'm not able to instantly like react to their option. It depends on the situation, but
Of course.
not all the time. Yeah, but then online it's because of the delay, it's the movement is sometimes scuffed, sometimes there's lag, sometimes there's extra input delay depending on how many people are like in the arena or depending on the region of both players playing. Like if I were to play from somebody like in Japan, I'd probably have a very bad experience.
Of course.
But even then, like Mac is not very good. Like he's not bad, he's not good. It's like I'm trying to figure it out myself. For online and offline, he's still just a character. But to offline and online have two like some things work better offline than online and vice versa. It's just some things are more viable than others, like reacting. Yeah.
How do you feel your playstyle changes in comparison to other top level Mac mains?
Yeah, so I use a lot of tilts. I use so many tilts, so many pivot tilts. I go for a lot of tech chases. I go for weird air stuff. I go for tech chases on platforms. I do the ledge trump side B a lot. Like I've been called technical, like at least for Mac, I've been called a technical player before. Cool. But it's mainly just my playstyle revolves around a lot of tech chase setups. Even if they're at like higher percents, I'll just forward air them, and then now they're in a tech situation at like 80, and I'll just forward smash, jab block forward smash, or maybe down smash if I think they're gonna tech it to cover like most of the options. But yeah, and then I'll still forward smash. I'll still use smash attacks to like armor through landings and stuff, and put them in another tech chase situation, or just kill them for it. But I usually am a bit lighter on the smash attack side.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I'd compare it a bit differently.
Yeah. What other characters have you used in tournaments?
I used the most used character I've used besides Mac is Brawler, Brawler. And then I've also used Ganon, Bowser, and Roy like once to try to counter pick. It didn't work. Didn't work once, but I tried.
Do you have fun with Brawler at least?
Yeah, I do have a lot of fun with Brawler. Usually, I'll either use shot put, suplex, axe kick, and counter, or I'll use the mock punch, axe kick, feint jump, suplex. One of those two, usually, depending on whatever matchup I feel like I have to use it on.
That makes sense. What characters would you like to see as playable characters in Ultimate? And what characters do you think are going to be put in Ultimate?
I think Crash Bandicoot's probably going to get put in Ultimate, like more like a hope. I think he deserves a spot, but I'm hoping to see Phoenix Wright, and then anyone else I don't really care. I like Phoenix Wright. I like him. I like look, if he can make it into Marvel vs. Capcom 3,
Yeah,
he make it in the Ultimate. I have faith.
Oh my god, not again.
He's perfect. I love him.
God damn it.
I love Phoenix Wright.
The thing about Phoenix Wright is cool. He's a great main character. Awesome. There's Marvel vs. Capcom. You can say that. There's one single problem. Where and how do you think his recovery could be? How?
His recovery?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nintendo finds a way, man. They figured out how to implement it for Mac, and he's a boxer.
It's like saying I don't know. Let's put
He, there's the thing is like before Mac came out, how would you implement a recovery for Mac, right? They found a way. They found a way anyway.
Honestly, I
It
thought it
did
was gonna
something like
be.
that.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be like in Sinner or Side E or somehow, like with the how do you like the boxing ring, like jumping on one of
Yeah.
those. I thought it was gonna be
Hmm.
that, but at the end of
Yeah.
the day, it wasn't, and we got stuck with that. that
Yeah.
we're not so good at beat,
Mm.
but here we are.
Yeah.
I and you want me to say what characters do I want and what characters I think are gonna be in the game?
Yeah. Sure. Go for
The
it.
characters that I want are Porky from Earthbound. I'm asking that characters is Brawl. And hear me out. I want a League of Legends character.
Okay. I mean, like, yeah, that's fine. I don't play League personally, but
Me
I
neither.
think it's a big enough game for it to
No,
get like a rep.
neither do I. But I think League of Legends is such like an iconic game. Like literally, people that don't play video games know about League of Legends.
Yeah.
Um,
It's the same with Minecraft. Like, it's iconic enough where it's mainstream that
exactly.
like it deserved a spot. Yeah.
Yeah. The characters that I think are gonna be in the game is one slot is gonna be either Master Chief or Doom Guy, either one of them, and the other, it sucks, but I think it's gonna be Jonesy for Fortnite from Fortnite.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I like it's more of a hope. Like it is sadly possible. It might happen, but I don't want it to.
And the thing about Jonesy from Fortnite is I don't mind, but it's more of like why these characters from a shooter game and not from Counter Strike or Overwatch or Team Fortress. Like those
Mhm.
games are more had a bigger impact, if I think, in its time
Mhm.
more than Fortnite. It's weird, but it's weird for me to say that because Fortnite had a
Yeah.
really big impact. But in terms of like the gaming perspective, those three games have a bigger impact than Fortnite. Not like in
Yeah.
media, but yes, on like gaming and content creation.
Mhm.
When I think
Yeah.
content
Yeah.
creation, people think like Counter Strike, Marcello, and or Team Fortress means, but other people think of
Mhm.
like the not safe for work or Overwatch bullshit.
Mhm. Yeah. Team Fortress would be sick though. I do love that game. I
Yeah,
still play it.
yeah, it will be awesome.
Yeah.
How do you usually practice for a tournament? Like lots of lab and training mode, playing online, watching replays, and bots.
Um.
What do you do?
Usually for since I sadly have only done like online tournaments, pain. I usually have to warm up for like 45 minutes, preferably an hour at least. Either just in quick play, which is painful, or I would hit people up for like matchmaking. And quick play's pain, but I only go to quick play if like nobody's available. But I usually have at least like one person that's down to just help me out.
Awesome.
Yeah. If I don't play for like at least an hour, then I go in the tournament and play like garbage. I just play really bad.
I get it.
So I have to dedicate like an hour to just playing the game first.
All right. What is usually your mentality when you're in a tournament setting?
Uh, I don't want to call it like winner's mentality, but it's like I'm going to I'm here to improve. I'm here to see like if I can take any notable names, get a notable placement, just like win. Because I'm getting closer to like maybe actually taking a tournament like with this garbage character. So right now it's like improve, like study even, stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah. All
just
right.
see how far I can get.
Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there a player that you'd like to watch? It could be either a little McBain and or not.
For Mac, I know Quaz doesn't play online, but I like going back and watching like older VODs of him and seeing what I can learn from that. And then right now, I like watching Hungry Box a lot, mainly just for like the content purpose.
Yeah.
And I also like to watch. I like watching Sharp a little bit, and yeah, mainly that. For Smash Brothers, it's that. I do watch other streamers outside of that, like Shroud, other stuff. But for Smash Brothers, it's mainly those two.
Yeah. How do you feel is the level of the competitive scene in MDVA compared to other communities in the US?
I think Maryland's a bit stacked, especially like looking up players that people have told me are in this region, like especially Wadi and other stuff. And just from what people have told me, like your region is stacked. I'm like, okay, I'll take your word for it. You know more than I do. So I do think like my region's stacked, especially since like Xandu is like pretty close to me and is in this region. So I think it's pretty good compared to other places. South California is probably like more stacked than here, but I still think Maryland and Virginia is pretty good.
When you say stacked, what do you mean?
Really good players, really good players. We got Wadi, we got Play. Like I've seen players from like other older offline stuff just like there. I'm like, what? We have those people here? Like yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite players is from MDVA. So I've been watching the MDVA scene since Smash 4, maybe in Brawl. So MDVA is such a strong region. I think it's pretty underrated. To be honest, I think it's like honestly, in my opinion, it's like top three in Ultimate. It's not better than Tri-State.
Yeah, Tri-State's also just Tri-State's really good.
And wait, New York counts as Tri? No, I sometimes don't see regions. So.
Not actually sure, but I do know New York's is really good too. The buzz is from there.
Yeah, that's right. I think that Tri-State and then New York and then MDVA.
We're
Texas.
stacked.
Here, Dark Blue says Texas. I know that Austin and Lima and other players, but Texas is good, but it's not like top three at all. There's four, but
Texas as a state is huge though, so it's probably got like a lot of players if you were to just group them all up like in terms of the state. It's like a quarter of America. Texas is.
Yeah, it's pretty big and it's kind of stacked, but I don't know. In MDVA, you see a lot of different players like Wadi, Peanut, CD. There's Dexter. There's God damn it!
There's Bloody Knight too. Yeah, there's a lot of people. I was shocked when I found out.
Here Ivo says, and then there's Chunky. He's dead.
Oh yeah, Chunky. I think he means Chunky Kong maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chunky Kong's like away from the scene right now. For now.
Oh. Dang.
Yeah.
Alright, then let's go to the next question because because I want to make this uncomfortable. Is there?
Yeah, it's fine.
Is there a set that you remember playing to this day? And if there is, what was your mentality during that set?
Oh, I think the most like impactful set for me, I think, was against a PT player named Goober. It was winners side. Again, it was an online tournament, but it felt like what was a really long time ago, maybe like 6 months, 7 months, maybe even 8. It was a while ago, but it was winner's side of pools to get in the top 64, and he played PT, and then people in my chat were telling me like that this guy's like really good. Like look out for him. I'm like, all right. So game one we go to PS2. I get 3 stocked and I'm dying inside. And then game two we go to Smashville and I'm like, all right, I gotta hopefully a smaller stage will help me out here. And I won that game because I landed a KO punch on him on his Squirtle at like 22%, and because his Squirtle he died. And then I expected him to go back to PS2 for the counter pick, but then he went back to Smashville. Probably wanted the run back because he was upset that he lost to like a Mac and stuff, which is fine. So we go back to Smashville, and it's a last stock situation. Like long story short, it's the last stock situation. But I have KO punch. He's on Ivysaur and he's camping ledge, and trying to bind whip me through the stage. But I avoided one of the bind whips, and then he did a fast regrab, so he didn't have any iframes left. He was at like 40, and then I ran up and I did down tilt into KO punch because it's true if you hit it from ledge, because they pop up like right where the initial hitbox comes out. So I beat him with that, and then that was like the spark for me. Like if I can beat people like on this level that are this good, like I can keep going. So that was I think that was the main spark for me. That's like the main set in my head like all the time.
Here people are asking questions to you. But first of all, I want to say awesome for you to beating Goober. I made a wiki of him, if I'm not mistaken. Goober is just an amazing player from, I think he's from Florida, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Can you repeat which player you said? Because you did lag for a second. That's my fault.
No, I said props to you to winning against Goober. I know that he's a really good BT main.
Oh, okay.
Then there's people asking some questions. Here Ivo said, what's your opinion on the legendary Pokemon known as Kyogre? Kyogre. This is pronunciation. I don't know.
The legendary Pokemon.
Kyogre.
I don't know much about Pokemon. I'm gonna be honest.
Cool. Ivo is a player from Argentina. He's the best Mario main, he's the best Falcon main, and one of the best Rosalina and Luma mains. He's just sometimes ask mean questions.
Mm-hmm.
So then Bensters ask, hey Peanut, my roommate wants to know if you're single. She thinks you're super hot. Okay.
I do think I'm a good-looking individual. She's not wrong there. I am. There's nothing not to like. I am currently. So. Yeah.
Alright, moving on.
Yeah.
Dark Blue is asking, can you ask how he felt when he 3-stocked Wadi? True though.
When I 3-stocked Wadi. Oh my god, I felt. So before that set, I think it was a month or two prior, maybe 3. I did go against Wadi, but I lost 2-0. So going into this run back, into this set, I was like, that I had all of the habits and stuff from that set in my head that I caught from him before, and what I like did wrong because I studied that VOD like the Bible or something. It was, it was something, but going into it, I'm like I'm going to win this set. Like I already knew going into it, I'm probably gonna win this, and like people are gonna fucking freak out. So that 3-stock game too was cemented into my head. Like I am actually improving at this game. Like people I would lose to before, I'm now beating, or at least have a better chance of beating. So I felt really good, especially because that was my second PGR win ever, and second PGR win of that like run. Like I beat Byron earlier, so I was on a little bit of a streak. So I felt really good about it. You know, helped the mentality, helped with the motivation, all that.
Awesome. I wanted to ask again, could you rate the stream if you want? Or do you have problems with that?
Oh, I actually already tried to earlier. And it did come up with your thing, but then when I hit start rate, it said like something went wrong, and then it says try quick action again. So I'm trying it again, and it's still coming up with the same like error, and I'm not sure why.
It's okay, no problem.
Okay.
Then Arc 086 is asking, I saw you say you did marching band for 4 years. What instrument, and are
Yeah.
you still doing it or done with it? I wanted to ask though that. God damn it. Those are the questions
Yeah,
here.
so I did and still do love the marching band kind of stuff. So I marched the bass drum, and then usually I'd move around. Like my freshman year, since I was way smaller, I was on bass one, but then I started getting like a fucking massive growth spurt. So I went from one to two, and then two to four, and then five, and then six, and then like back down to five. Like one is like the smallest, and then like five or six is usually like the biggest because like way taller, big beefy man. But yeah, so I just marched the bass drum like a lot. I really liked it too because especially the smaller drums usually play more, and it's like you get to move around way better because the drum is way lighter. But they also do like cooler notes, like something called hand to hands, which is where you play in between somebody else. Like you have to put full trust in your bass drum, other bass drum players. It was very fun. It was very fun. I'm not doing it anymore, sadly. I wanted to do it in college more, but then the pandemic hit, and it's like
Yeah, of course.
that got canceled. Can't do that anymore. But I would if I could. I would if I could. Yeah.
Here I was asked what patch you would like to see in this new patch notes.
Uh, I mean, right now, the only thing I really want to see is just like this is something I'm just kind of praying for. Just give Mac back his side B after like getting hit out of it. That's really the only thing that I want. Everything else is okay. Just give him that, please, please.
Yeah.
It'll make his recovery like so much better.
Yeah, let's hope for that.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on online tournaments, like in general?
I mean, I think because it's the only thing we can do right now, I think it's actually a pretty good thing because it's still like it's keeping the community alive, sort of. Like it's better than not having anything at all, I think, because it's still giving other people like the spotlight, like people you probably haven't really heard of before. Like Kiriash kind of popped up out of nowhere. Spargo was known before, but now he's known as the best like online. Without offline, I wouldn't be anywhere in this community. So I am thankful for it. I am. I still think it's awful. I still think like the gameplay itself is like not very good. But the Buzz said this before too. Like I'm not gonna quote him here, but he did say that having like these online tournaments, it's definitely better than just not having any at all. And I do agree with him there for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Of course. Here about the patch notes, Dire Blue asks, more upbeat mobility though?
Or like I don't think they're gonna actually do anything to Mac. I'm just hoping. I'm just praying. I don't think they're gonna change him at all. They haven't given him like any major moveset changes. Just the like it was only the jab nerf and a shield fix and like a side B fix. But that was way earlier on. So I don't think they're gonna do anything. It's just praying and hoping at this point.
Wait, didn't he receive some buffs? Like in.
Well, like, I never played Smash 4, but I do know that in Smash 4, like, if you did side B off stage, you just went in a tumble and died. But that's like, in Ultimate, it doesn't do that anymore. That's great. I can do weird recoveries now.
Here Ark asks, have you registered for Smash World Tour 2021? We'll like to see you run.
I want to be, but I don't think it's actually open right now, which sucks.
No, it's not. It's not
I can
open.
actually.
It's just. I think it's just open in Australia and Southeast Asia, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's not open for my region anymore, which sucks. If it was, I definitely would be a part of it, but I'm not.
I kind of have a problem
So.
with Smash World Tour, honestly. At least I have two problems with Smash World Tour and how it was organized. I mean, I don't really mind this online, like, how to say, like, if you got to the top 6 in your region and win the in this online tournament you go to the next step. I don't mind, but I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have with that with the problem I have with the Smash World Tour is morely because of the or how they implemented the regions, you know, because here in South America, it's every country in South America that can participate in this in that side of the region, and they just only give it one slot, and it sucks for two things. The first thing that I wanted to say is that Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guyana participate in tournaments from Central America, Mexico, and the south of the U.S., and not in tournaments of South America, or not so much. And that it's kind of weird because Bruno, Beer AV, Beer One AV, or Bruno, and Melody, and Marvelous Marco, and these other players that are really good in the game are playing in Central America and Mexico tournaments instead of like South America, and and I think those top countries in South America should go to those slots instead of here in South America. And the other
Yeah, that
problem
seems
is,
like a big flaw.
and the other problem is just they're giving us just one slot when there's players that are really good like Frido, Acurio, Paco, Toon, and Dankles. There's a lot of really good players here that are just fighting for just one slot. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I know they're just beating at that horse, but at saying that South America is just not, it's basically non-existent, but it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Here, Benzer asks, where do you think you can improve with your Mac?
What do I think I can improve? I mean, there's a lot I could always improve. Like, even if I think I'm doing really good with something, it doesn't mean that it's like, I don't think I can be quote unquote perfect. I think I can be really good. But even if something I'm doing I think is good, there's still more I can do. Like approach different situations better. Like I can catch landings differently. Like I used to only catch aggressive landings with down and go forward smash to force them into a tech situation. But sometimes the armor would activate, but the smash attack would whiff because they're too high up. So I had to force myself to change it to either a normal forward smash or an angled up one, so I'd get damage and put them at disadvantage. Even if it was in the air off stage and not in a tech situation, it was still them at disadvantage. So then for those follow-ups, I probably need to work on those more. That's what I need to work on. Especially edge guarding. Like I'm good at ledge trapping, but the actual edge guarding part and like two framing, I need to time better, do that stuff more. But I think everything else is fine. I also need to deal with Ike better. I suck against Ike and Bowser. I need to deal with those more. I need to find better solutions. Yeah. That's what I need to work on right now.
Here Ivo says, if Mac gets buffed, but you don't like the buff, will you take it?
If I didn't like the buff, would I take it? If I didn't like the buff, but it's like permanent, I probably just wouldn't use it or something. I'd try to go around it somehow, but I wouldn't, if the buff is bad, I wouldn't take it because then it changes, like it would probably change everything I like know in my play style right now, so I probably wouldn't take it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Here, Darblue is asking something I kind of don't understand. Will you let Dyer attack what? Oh, will you let Dyer teach you with it or Inkling?
No. No. No, not a chance in hell.
Damn.
No, I'm good where I am right now. For now, right now. Okay.
All right. Going back to the questions. When and
Okay.
why did you start streaming on Twitch, and how was your experience overall?
With my experience with what?
With Twitch, with streaming.
Okay. So when I first started, like I obviously didn't expect to get anything, and I didn't get any like views or anything. I didn't get anything like that. But I started streaming mainly just so I could have stuff to review, matches to review, like, hey, I did this, or hey, I sucked at this. I should probably go back and figure out why I sucked at it. And I still do that now. But eventually, once I started to, over the months, go from like 3 viewers to like 15, and then 15 to like 30, and then, wherever the hell I am now. It started to turn into more of like, maybe I could turn this into like oh shit, maybe I could turn this into like a regular thing, streaming and stuff. Maybe gain like maybe more of an audience, something like that. I do enjoy streaming a lot, and just like the community it brings. And it's weird for me to even say that. Like I have a community, like I do. But yeah, I've come to enjoy it a lot, and I'm still gonna keep doing it for the time being.
Here, when you answer the question about with either in playing Pure Dark Blue, that said the power of camping and with punish shall prevail.
Yeah, camping sucks.
I mean, I play with the PK boys, and I don't necessarily camp. I go for an aggro play style. You don't necessarily have to play with a zoning character to like actually zone,
Yeah.
So I go for a lot of with punish, and I go for a lot of. I mean, I obviously go for PK freeze and PK thunder like on stage just to mess with the other player, but not necessarily is considered like zoning and wait for the other to just mess up.
Yeah.
Well, the next question is: you also upload videos to YouTube. How and why did you start it,
Yeah.
and do you like it so far?
I uploaded it because people, before I went competitive, people were like, you should make a YouTube channel, like upload stuff. I'm like, okay. So I did that, and then it got like pretty good feedback, so I just kept doing it. And then I was like, maybe I should post like tournament stuff and more montages and just max stuff. And then I kept doing that, and then people were like, whoa. It was more like I was like, whoa, this is doing pretty good, so I keep doing that. And my experience with it's been pretty good. Like I do use like, I credit like all the music and stuff that I do use and everything like that. But most of my montages are copywritten, like copyright striked. I mean, no strikes to my channel, so that's fine. But I don't want to. I can't make it sound good with stock stuff. But it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. But besides that, everything's fine. I'm having fun with it.
Alright. Here my channel. The only emoji that I have like edited and everything is this. So here I was like, I'm the only person that use in the face of the earth that uses. So let the meme die. Oh god damn it. I will exchange 500 Thatcher points for me to say a hot take. I'm known in Latin America for being one of the worst hot takes in general. So I'm gonna give the opportunity to you to like choose a topic. It will be video games, Smash, food, movies, TV series, anything, for me to say a take about that.
Okay. Probably food. I love food, so I'm very curious to see what you have to say.
Milk before cereal.
Yikes. No. Not for me, no. I'm a cereal before milk kind of person. You can enjoy what you want. Like, I'm not going to be mad at you for like enjoying something the way you want to enjoy it, but I can't imagine milk before cereal, personally. I'm sorry.
And eating that from a bowl is just messy and it doesn't make sense for me. I eat it from a cup.
I eat it from a bowl, but I can see cup. I can see cup working, but I'm a bowl guy. No, I'm a plate guy. I eat my cereal on a plate.
And now WS and changed other 500 points, Thatcher points for a take. So, uh, here Ben
Oh,
Simmons says,
another hot take.
yeah, here Ben Simmons
Okay.
also says, everyone is a cereal before milk kind of person. Not me.
No, I don't. The thing is, I've heard like you're not the first person to tell me milk before cereal. So, like, you're not the only one. I swear.
You're the only person that basically that says, "Oh no, you're done for eating milk before cereal."
All
I even
right.
have
So
I even
another.
had Knuckles up and Curie Kid been like, "I'm gonna shut these podcasts down for you to say that."
Wait. So a second. There has to be a second hot take now.
Yeah,
Okay.
it could be food again or another topic.
Let's do Smash this time. Let's do Smash this time. Yeah.
Um, I personally believe that the most like you can play with any character and have fun playing against Snake. It's the funnest character in the game to play against.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it depends on the playstyle, but I do find Snake to be a little bit like he's more fun to play than some other character, like fight against compared to some other characters. Like at least Snake has like a pattern. Technically, everybody has a pattern, but his is a little bit easier for me to get around. Especially because his C4 thing, I can just keep tabs on that until he makes it explode again, and I can take advantage of that. I can throw his grenades back at him or just throw them up so that it doesn't affect either of us. So Snake is fun, and like his setups are also fun because I can use them against him sometimes. Like then he fucks himself over. So I do have fun with that. Yeah, Snake's alright. Snake's okay.
Another take about Smash that people give me a lot of shit about is that I think that Carol's crouch is a better taunt than DDD's because Carol dabs.
Yeah, Gabriel does dab, but the thing about DDD is like his entire pose changes. Like DDD's staring into your soul, like you suck, and then Gabriel's just dabbing. So so DDD is a little bit better for me. I do prefer DDD's crouch,
Sure.
but it's preference. It's preference.
It's preference. It's preference.
Yeah.
You're currently in the crew known as Anti-Heroes. How and when did you got into that crew, and do you like it so far?
Okay, so the story behind that is somebody that I knew from a different server from a long time ago. His name's he goes by Heroic. He hit me up in like Discord DMs, just like out of the blue, like you want to join this crew? I'm like, okay, I trust you. So I went into that, and most of the people in the crew now weren't there. Like I was I was on the later side of the earlier part, so I was still like early, but it was right before we started to like win a lot and everything. I think it was before we had Wadi too. I forget, but yeah. So I got in that way, and then I started to perform pretty well. Like I was pretty new to crew battles, like going into it, so I needed a lot of mocks to get me ready for it, which to their credit, they provided for me, which is great. So I'm pretty good at crew battles now, or at least I'm better than I was before. And then I'm loving it so far. They're really like nice, I think, because I was in a crew before. I was in one other crew before Anti-Heroes a while back, and it was just like It was like we didn't really do anything, and eventually the crew just stopped doing stuff, and people started to dip, so I dipped too. But Anti-Heroes is great. I'm having a lot of fun with it. There's a lot of good people there.
Here I was a hot take. Actually, only people who use weight bands are bad players that think they're good by doing it.
Weight bands?
Weight bands. Weird.
Maybe.
Maybe, I guess.
Everyone's got preferences for stuff. I don't know. Like I've got weird preferences. Like everyone plays the game in their own way. It's cool to see. Like you wouldn't, especially for like linear characters like Pit or something, you wouldn't expect to see like different play styles, but you do. It's really cool.
Well, we've been talking a lot with Peanut. Now I want to talk to Ethan for a little bit. So tell us, what do you like to do besides playing video games?
Uh, well, there's baseball and then marching band. I can't really do any of those like right now because of the everyone's kind of stuck inside. Um, I love food. I do love food. I love Thai food. I love like Asian food in general. Certain like American food too is pretty good. Like
I
I was about to
know.
say pizza. That's not an American food, but there's like hot dogs and stuff.
I
I don't like
mean,
burgers very much. Impossible Burgers taste better to me than normal burgers. I'm not really a burger guy.
I mean, technically,
Um,
pizza is an Americanized food.
well, yeah, like it's all over the place, but there's also so many different styles. Like if you were to go to like, Manhattan pizza is really good. We have a place that does it in that style here, so
I don't know
that's
what's
great.
the difference.
Crab cake is probably one of my favorite dishes. If you know what that is, it's literally just a crump of, or not crump. It's a clump of crab meat just stuck together. And I eat it. It's great.
Oh, that must be awesome.
Yeah.
Here in Argentina, I wanted to say two things. I never tried Thai food because
Uh, yeah. To be fair, like I haven't tried a lot of other foods either.
I think in general Argentina is mostly like how to say it without being different. It's like mm, they try to be more inclusive, but they fail. So they just go with pizza and empanadas and
Mhm.
meat and that's it. And then when they try to do anything else, it works sometimes and other times it doesn't.
Mhm.
Nowadays they try to accept more different styles of food, but I don't know how that's gonna work. Um, I will ask. You have psychic powers, but you become a cow. Will you take it?
No, I'd rather stay human. Thank you. I think I'm pretty good. Like I like the human lifestyle so far. So I'm gonna stick with it.
Here Darlu asks, if you could perfect one character, who will it be?
Perfect a single character.
Yeah,
Um, it's probably the obvious answer, but probably Mac, just for like well, like one, that's kind of my goal right now anyway, and then
yeah,
two is like I want to see people's reactions to a perfected little Mac. Like I just want to see people's reactions. Like they wouldn't, nobody would think it's possible. People don't think it's possible currently. So I would love to see people's reactions to stuff like that,
yeah.
or just any low tier really.
Nice.
Like Ganon, perfected Ganon, I couldn't imagine.
I mean, there's
That'd be insane.
MGK.
There are really good Ganons. There are really good Ganons out there, but I've yet to see the perfected Ganon. That's gonna be such a good day to see the gameplay of the perfected Ganon.
I know. Here Arts asks top travel locations, whether stateside or outside of the U.S.
If I were to travel, I'd probably start within the U.S. Like if something on the caliber of Evo were to like happen, it would probably happen in the U.S. anyway. Um, but if there are like bigger international tournaments like outside of the U.S., then I can try. Like if I have enough money, if I plan enough, if I'm even available, like I'll try to, But it's not. It would definitely be harder to go out of the country for a Smash Brothers tournament of all things, instead of just like in the country.
And outside of the competitive scene, like just to travel.
Oh, I would love to travel just for sightseeing, yeah, but I haven't actually been outside of the country before, which is sad, I know. But I kind of want. This is another obvious answer, but I kind of want to go to Japan at some point.
Who doesn't want to go to
Uh,
Japan?
yeah, yeah, exactly. It seems like such a cool place, and there is a competitive scene down there. So maybe if I like am there long enough, I could just attend like a singular a singular local or something there. I want to see it, but I mainly want to go down there for the sightseeing and everything.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So It's been a year with the quarantine. How do you feel about this new reality, and has COVID affected you in any way?
I mean, how, reality. I mean, I haven't been able to really do a lot with like my in real life friends or anything too much in person, at least. Like, online, like maybe games every now and then. But, the longer COVID went on for, the more we all just kind of like moved on with life and stuff because we all went into college, like most of us at the same time or tried to. Um, and then for like mentality's sake, like I'm going out less and less. Like I'm going out because there's no need for me to go outside. It's not like I don't like the outside world or anything, but there's no need for me to go out there unless it's maybe for like obviously my job or like food or something. Maybe to exercise every now and then, but that's really it. I don't need to go outside right now.
Okay. Well, let me. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Okay, chat. It's just me. I can't see chat, but it's me. Actually, I could look at chat if I were to pull up the stream. I should probably do that real quick. I feel like it's only the right thing to do. I'm gonna beep boop up. Yeah. There we go. If it would. Okay. Yep. I got his chat open now. Good. Do you think statistics are underutilized or overrated? A little bit, but I mean, statistics like PG Stats has different stats than the Smash.gg database. I think at least so. Or like looking at the numbers they do. So sometimes I think they're a bit overrated because like my friend Brigade, he mains Ganondorf, but he has wins on Wi-Fi wins on like Link and like other stuff. Yeah. What's up? I started looking at the chat.
We're here the moment I've been waiting for. The favorite section of my girlfriend. The lightning round questions of the podcast. A lot of meme and random questions from a web page, as well as a couple related to Smash, video games. So, Peanuts, are you ready?
Yeah. Okay. Ready, Zella for B.
Are you sure?
Yes, I love that cat, by the way. It's amazing. Or kitten. So cute.
You're so cute, You're so cute.
What do you think is Lil Mac's worst alt?
Ooh. Joy-Con Bro's gonna hate me, but I personally hate the like blue shorts one with like brown hair. I think his name's like canonically supposed to be like Peter or something.
That's the worst one.
Huh? Yes, that's the worst one. I think that's the worst one. A close second is Wireframe without the hoodie. But I think it's that one. Joy-Con Bro hates me. Gonard's gonna hate me. But because they use that alt, but I think that's the worst one for me personally. Because I just don't like the blue shorts. They stand out too much. I don't like it. It doesn't work with the rest of his outfit.
Nah, me neither. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
There's this one here called Moose Tracks. It's just like it's like vanilla with like hardened chocolate fudge and also some like mini Reese's inside. I've had that since I was like a little kid, and they still sell it, so I still have it every now and then when I can.
Raisins?
It's very good.
Wait, no.
Not raisins, no. No, like chocolate, like Reese's chocolate.
Vanilla with chocolate fudge.
Yeah, not raisins in my. I'm not having raisins in my ice cream. I'd have to be crazy.
What's your opinion on mint chocolate ice cream?
Mint chocolate's really good. I would have that. I would have that as well if I could. What are you shaking your head for? It's a good ice cream.
Nice.
I love mint chocolate.
It's toothpaste
Oh, come on.
with chocolate.
Don't do my toothpaste ice cream like that. Like I love mint chocolate. It's great.
Well, yesterday we've been with one of the best filming mains in South America, and he was like, if you don't like mint chocolate ice cream, you basically don't like to wash your teeth.
You don't wash your teeth. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
what do we do?
I haven't brushed my teeth ever.
Um. Oh yeah, dark blue is my man. I also love coffee ice cream. It's my favorite flavor. He's like coffee ice cream though.
I think I've had that a few times. It was like I don't like coffee the drink, but the coffee ice cream was surprisingly pretty good.
It's pretty good.
There's a lot of ice creams I could just eat.
So peanut, not milk before
Yeah.
cereal then.
Say again, sorry.
Milk before cereal? No.
Oh God, no, the cereal before milk, please. Yeah, I'm a cereal before milk. Oh, come on. You gotta give me some credit here. I'm a cereal before milk kind of guy.
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't seem. For me, it doesn't make sense.
I grew up with it. I grew up with Byway, so it's just like weird for me to see it from other people's perspectives.
Are you good with spicy food?
Spicy food, yeah. So my grandma makes a lot of like spicy stuff. So I have a pretty good spice tolerance, I think. Obviously, there are like other people who probably still have better than mine, but I love spicy food, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
What's your favorite video game?
Favorite video game ever? Oh man. Probably. I think it's a tie between Black Ops 2 and Halo Reach. Because that was a pretty good portion of like my my up and coming growing up like years, and you know I would play those two like almost religiously like after school and stuff. Usually by myself, but like when I say by myself, like I play multiplayer and stuff, but I play it alone. But it was very fun.
Yeah. I don't know if you're gonna understand this, but ¿sabes hablar español?
I don't speak Spanish. I know you just asked me in Spanish if I speak Spanish, but I don't. I'm sorry.
Alright. Cool.
I'm sorry.
He knows, but he doesn't know that he knows.
Exactly. If you had to choose between either of these two crew battles, what will you choose? Team Wadi or Team Quas?
Ooh. I feel like going against Quaz would be a disservice, but I know how Wadi plays. So it's like, I'd probably be Team Wadi on this one. I hope people don't kill me for that, but I'm probably Team Wadi on this one.
Alright.
Hello. What's wrong? He wants some gold. Give him some gold.
I can't in the middle of the podcast. Last question. Who would you like to nominate so he or she could come to the podcast?
Oh, who do I want on the podcast? Is that what you asked?
Repeat that, please.
You got? Oh yeah. Who do I want on this podcast? There's a lot of people I think deserve more like recognition for the way they play, and everything like results. But probably like J-Jaw or Armadillo, one of those two.
Alright.
Kirby or Lucario.
Yeah. I had a Lucario main already. I think twice. No, once just. Here, before the podcast ends, Darlu asks, and I will ask, will you buff max recovery and aerials, but smash attacks have no more super armor?
No, keep it the way it is. He needs the super armor to function.
And Dyer asks, no smash or no phone?
Probably no. That's a good question. I hesitated. Probably. Would it be like forever? Because if it's forever, probably no smash. But if it's temporary, it's no phone.
Alright.
Because if it's gone forever, I need my phone, like in case something goes wrong. Like I need to call like the app, like something. I don't know. But yeah.
Well, here's where the podcast is coming to an end. Thank you so much to Peanut. if the public wants to look up to your social media, where they could find you.
They can find me on Twitter at peanut_SSBU and also on Instagram if they wanted to. It's a it's a dead account, but I'm working on it. Also peanut_SSBU, and then on YouTube it's just Peanut. If you search Peanut Little Mac in the search bar, I'm on the first thing.
All right.
And that's it. Yeah. And also on Twitch. One more thing. Sorry. Twitch it's peanut_SSBU as well. Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
To everyone that is watching, don't forget to follow me on Twitch so you cannot miss the opportunity to watch another podcast. If you want to subscribe, it will make me really happy. So thank everyone who watched the podcast. I'm talking about Dark Blue, Ben, Ivo, Ark. Then there's one. Oh no, I was just Dark Blue. Well, and everyone that watches the podcast in the future, I hope that you like it, and I hope that you have fun. Again, thank you so much, Bina. Thank you to my girlfriend, Andy.
Why you pet me like a dog?
That would be a dog.
No!
Well, I hope everyone had a blast, and we'll see you tomorrow. Live long and prosper. Bye.